Welcome back to Joe's Kitchen, and today we're going to do a South American dish called matambre. Matambre is a South American dish, and as we know from all the fancy Brazilian restaurants that are so popular right now, the South Americans love their beef. And all a matambre is a stuffed flank steak. Today we have about 1.5 pounds or a little more of a flank steak. Flank steaks are one of the cheaper steaks that you can get at your grocery store. They're very fibrous, and so you cook them a long time, nice and slow. You want them a little bit rare, and when you cut them, as you can see, the fiber of the steak runs this way. So when you cut a flank steak, you want to go against the grain. That makes them a lot tenderer and easier to eat. But today, we're going to butterfly this flank steak. If you don't feel comfortable doing this yourself, you can get your butcher to do it at your grocery store, but it's really not a big deal. You just take a good sharp knife, go in here about midways. Okay, as you're butterflying your flank steak, you just start with a good sharp knife, and you go in right about the middle of your steak. Just run your knife all the way through, and there we have it. You'll fold it open, and then you'll just keep slicing it back like this. It's okay if it's a little thin in places and thicker in others, because we're going to pound it out just a little bit. And you just keep rolling your meat and slicing it all the way to the back. Kind of like that. As you can tell, we're sliced all the way through, cut it in half, and now we'll open it up. A book, and what we want to do is we're going to pound this a little bit thinner right here so it'll cook nice and even. We'll flatten it out a little bit. This not only thins it, but it also tenderizes it. Our list of ingredients is pretty simple. We have a teaspoon of oregano, a half teaspoon of sage. We have about 6 to 8 ounces of cheese. Your family can use any kind of cheese you like. But today we're going to use a Colby and a mozzarella. And also, if your family likes sharp cheddar, cheddar cheese, American cheese, whatever your family likes, you can use in this recipe. We have 1 carrot sliced. We have about, well, probably a little more than a whole pepper of yellow and red pepper. Then we have about 6 to 8 ounces of pulsa kielbasa and 6 slices of bacon. So we're going to wrap this up in a piece of aluminum foil. And the first thing you're going to do is just lay a couple of strips of bacon right down here on this piece of aluminum foil, enough to cover it so that we can get our steak wrapped in bacon while we're cooking. Going to give it a nice good flavor, add a little bit of oil to it while it's cooking. All we have to do is lay our flank steak on here, just like this. We'll start adding our other ingredients. Add a carrot, piece of pulsa kielbasa, some peppers. This looks like it took a lot of work and stuff, but it really doesn't. Okay, we just keep adding more and more of our ingredients and layering things with the peppers and the different cheeses and the meat. And very quickly, we have this whole recipe done. What we're going to do is just roll this up. I'm just going to fold this over nice and tight. And then roll this up in a big log, fold it up. Now it's ready to go in our oven. Now that we got it wrapped up, put it in a pan over here. And our oven's already set for 225. This is going to take about 2.5 hours to cook. There's two ways you can check whether it's done. Is one with the meat thermometer, one at about 360, 365. Or also, if you're cooking on a grill, because this is a great dish to cook indirectly on a grill. If you're cooking on a grill, you can just stick a knife or a fork in it, and if you pull it out and everything's melted and bubbly inside, it's good to go. And here's our flank steak, cooked, stuffed, and it's gonna be a wonderful dinner for us tonight. And thank you for coming to Joe's Kitchen, and come back next week and see what we got going on